Hey, Stoic warrior. Have you ever felt like you're constantly being manipulated emotionally? Like every decision you make, every action you take is being controlled by someone else's emotional needs? Maybe they guilt trip you. Maybe they use your empathy against you. Or maybe they simply demand more than you can give. But here's the truth. You do not have to live like this. Emotional manipulation is a pattern. It's a tactic used to control your behavior, your feelings, and your life. Today, I'm giving you 7 Stoic steps to break free from emotional manipulation and take back control. These rules are not just about setting boundaries, they are about reclaiming your mind and your power. Before we begin, comment this affirmation: I break free from emotional manipulation. Let's get started. Before we get into the 7 steps, we need to establish one truth. Emotional manipulation is not your fault. It's a tactic. It's a game played by someone who wants to control your emotions for their own benefit. Here's the Stoic foundation. You control your emotions. You decide what you feel. This is key. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." This means no one can manipulate you unless you allow it. And this is where Stoicism comes in. We take back control by recognizing that we own our emotional responses. So, let's move into step 1. Step 1. Recognize manipulation. Stop denying the signs. Step 1. Recognize manipulation. The first step to breaking free from emotional manipulation is to recognize when it's happening. Manipulators use various tactics. Guilt trips to make you feel bad about your decisions. Silent treatment to punish you emotionally. Emotional blackmail to control your actions. The Stoic practice here is simple. Identify what's happening and name it. Stop denying it. Stop pretending it's just a misunderstanding. When they guilt trip you, say to yourself, this is manipulation. When they try to make you feel responsible for their emotions, say, this is their emotional problem, not mine. Once you see the pattern, you gain the power to act. Comment this: I recognize manipulation. Step 2. Don't react. Pause and observe. Step 2. Don't react. The moment you react emotionally, you lose control. Manipulators thrive on reaction. They want to provoke you into feeling guilty, angry, or ashamed. But Stoicism teaches us, do not react to external events. Epictetus wrote, "It is not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." When they try to manipulate you, pause. Take a breath. Observe what's happening. Instead of immediately reacting, you reflect, why are they doing this? What are they really asking for? This moment of pause is where you regain control. Your Stoic line, I choose how to respond, not react. Comment this: I pause and observe. Step 3. Set boundaries without guilt. Emotional manipulators will push your boundaries. They will test how far they can go. They want you to feel guilty when you say no. But Stoicism teaches, boundaries are necessary for peace. Here's the Stoic practice. When someone manipulates you, set a clear boundary. Example, they are trying to make me feel guilty for saying no, but I won't give in. Say it with confidence. I will not tolerate emotional manipulation, and if they push back, hold firm. Don't apologize for your boundary. Seneca wrote, freedom is the power to live as you choose. So, live by your boundary, not by their demands. Comment this: I set boundaries without guilt. Step 4. Stop explaining yourself. Manipulators often demand explanations for your actions. They want you to justify why you're making a decision. But Stoicism says, you don't need to explain your choices. Here's the practice. When they question your decisions, say, I've already made my choice, and that's final. You don't need their approval. You don't owe them an explanation. Instead, enforce your decision with clarity and confidence. The Stoics didn't explain themselves. They acted based on their own principles. Epictetus said, "Freedom is the only thing you cannot have unless you give it to others." So, stop explaining, start enforcing. Comment this: I don't explain myself. Step 5. Detach emotionally. One of the biggest manipulative tactics is guilt. They want you to feel responsible for their emotional state. But Stoicism teaches you are not responsible for anyone else's emotions. When they try to guilt trip you, say to yourself, "This is their emotional issue, not mine." Seneca wrote, "It is not the things themselves that disturb us, but our opinions about them." You don't need to absorb their emotional baggage. You detach. You can acknowledge their feelings, but you do not have to carry them. Your Stoic line: I do not own their guilt. Comment this: I detach emotionally. Step 6. Reaffirm your self-worth. Emotional manipulators often try to make you doubt your worth. They want you to seek validation from them. But Stoicism teaches your worth is not defined by others. You don't need their approval. You need to trust yourself. Start by reaffirming your worth every day. I am enough as I am. I do not need their validation to be worthy. The Stoics believed that self-worth comes from within, not from external approval. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." So, reaffirm your worth daily and trust your own judgment. Comment this: I trust my self-worth. Step 7. Live by your principles, not their manipulation. The ultimate Stoic lesson is this: live according to your own values, not the manipulative games of others. Emotional manipulators will always try to control your thoughts, your decisions, your time. But Stoicism teaches, you decide what is right for you. Live with integrity. Follow your principles, not their demands. Your Stoic line: I choose to live by my principles, not their manipulation. When you live by your values, you stop reacting to emotional manipulation. Comment this: I live by my principles. Let's recap the 7 Stoic steps to stop emotional manipulation. 1. Recognize manipulation. 2. Don't react. Pause and observe. 3. Set boundaries without guilt. 4. Stop explaining yourself. 5. Detach emotionally. 6. Reaffirm your self-worth. 7. Live by your principles. And here are 7 Stoic lines you can copy. 1. I recognize manipulation. 2. I choose how to respond, not react. 3. I set boundaries without guilt. 4. I don't explain myself. 5. I detach emotionally. 6. I trust my self-worth. 7. I live by my principles. If you made it this far, you now have the tools to break free from emotional manipulation. Emotional manipulation is a tactic, not your fault, but you control how you respond to it. Stoicism teaches you to trust yourself, set clear boundaries, and stop being controlled by others. If this video helped you, like it so more men find it. Subscribe to Stoic Relationship Advice if you're training the sovereign mindset. Share it with someone who needs to stop being manipulated. Now comment your commitment. I trust my response, not their manipulation. They want you weak. Stoicism makes you untouchable.